I yield back.
Joe Neal, the chair recognizes Mr. Perry.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Secretary, for being here. Two of our allies have been attacked, unprovoked, right? Ukraine by Russia, Israel by Hamas. And I'm trying to juxtapose the situation here. I see that according to reports, the president wants Israel to outline what governance in Gaza will look like after an invasion, how Israel will reduce civilian harm in dense urban environments, and how to free as many hostages as possible prior to sending capability to Israel. On the other hand, I've got from the State Department here the integrated country strategy. And I went through it. What I see here is the mission and goal objective is to win the war, which I fully support. Nothing that I would like more than to see Vladimir Putin run out of Ukraine on a rail and worse. Restore Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity. And we've essentially given Ukraine over $100 billion and said, go fight Russia, go defeat Russia, regain your territory. It's fully supportive of Ukraine and winning that war. But at the same time, we've established a set of conditions on Israel. How about this condition? We have built, at the cost of the American people, $320 million a port, right? Operations were started on Friday, halted on Sunday because Hamas attacked the port, right? Hamas attacks Karim Shalom, the crossing there, which would allow aid from Israel and from the United States. So Israel has to pay for the aid of the people that attacked it and has to provide this information on a plan. Can you tell me what the difference is? What's the difference between Ukraine and Israel?
In a sense, there isn't. And as we've made clear from the start, these are both close partners.
Well,
of
Mr. Secretary, with all due respect, if there's no difference, why do we have these conditions? They have to come up with a plan of governance and the people that attack them. They've got to have a plan for the hostages. I mean, Russians have thousands of Ukrainian hostages, right? And has the United States government, has President Biden restricted Ukraine's use of weapons in urban areas to reduce civilian casualties? Has that happened?
So, first of all, Congressman, no one has done more, will do more.
I know you say that, but it seems like
I don't really say
look,
it.
I'm just reporting what I'm reading. I'm just going with the facts. You can say that all day long, but the fact is that others have done more. And we're doing more right now for Ukraine than we are for Israel. President Biden's doing more for Ukraine than Israel. We took roughly half of the money or more from the aid package passed for Israel and gave it to Hamas, who's taking it from the citizens in their country and using it to fight Israel. So please skip the narrative and just tell me what the difference is between Ukraine and Israel. How come conditions on one and no conditions on the other?
These are not conditions. We give to our close friends, our best partners, one of our obligations is to give them the best possible advice we can. And so when it comes to dealing with Hamas, we're committed to seeing that Hamas cannot govern Gaza again, cannot pose the threat that it did that led to the October 7th attack. We've been doing everything we can to support Israel's efforts to defend itself and make sure that can't happen. And when it comes to Rafah, the concern that we've had and that we've expressed, as friends do and have an obligation to do, is that the effort to go in full force into Rafah to remove
where the enemy is, where the enemy was just reported, as you know, Mr. Secretary, 600 tunnels into Egypt, into Israel, traversing weapons and military equipment to attack Israel. So when you say we're doing all we can, we're providing advice. With all due respect, sir, they need to win the war against Hamas and eliminate them, and anything that we're doing that stands in their way of that is unacceptable, including supporting Hamas, which is what we're doing. At the same time, you're saying no one has done more. Well, no one has done more for Hamas either.
I to say the least, don't follow that. Let me say this very quickly. One, we want to make sure that the defeat of Hamas is an enduring defeat. And even if they go into Rafah and remove the remaining battalions, there will be thousands of armed Hamas left. Absent a plan for what comes after, and this is not a condition, it's simply our advice. Then one of three things is going to happen.
What is Ukraine's plan for Russia once they kick Russia out of their country?
I actually laid that out just about a week ago in Ukraine, and I'm happy to share that with you.
It's not in here, sir.
I'm happy to. I'll share it with you.
Sir, there are two different standards. You must admit that, and we in Congress wonder why, and the American people wonder why. With that, Mr. Chair, I yield.
Joan yields. Chair recognizes Mr. Barra.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And again, thank you for being here and the hard work that you're doing.